So Tracy, welcome to our Connecting the Dots podcast. It's a delight to have you here with us in the studio today. Thank you so much for giving us your time to come along and do that. We've known each other for a wee while now because your organisation, NatWest Social and Community Capital, supports us at Flexible Childcare Services Scotland, and we're really grateful for that support. Do you want, for our listeners, just to give a bit of an overview of you, your background, how you came to be doing the wonderful work that you're doing now?
Oh, thank you, and brilliant to be here chatting to you, Susan. It's nice to see you face to face and not via Zoom.
Absolutely.
I'm an accidental banker. I had the thoughts of going to university. Failed higher French, so couldn't go to study at Edinburgh University, English Literature and History, so no idea where that may have taken me. And parents were very much, go out, get yourself a job. And yes, I got interviewed by Royal Bank of Scotland back in 1988, and 37 years plus later, I am in the brilliant position of being a loans officer for Social and Community Capital based in Scotland, and I support trading charities and social enterprises like yourself who can't access mainstream bank funding. So very privileged to be able to support organisations like yourself.
And we're so delighted to have your support because it really, really helps. It definitely does. It makes a huge difference. So what was the attraction then? What took you from sort of mainstream banking into supporting mission-driven businesses like us?
I suppose it was luck and location. I was based in Blenheim Place branch in Edinburgh of the Royal Bank of Scotland. So I was really near Albion Road, which had a big social enterprise building, and there was lots of social enterprises based there. So my portfolio had a mixture of social enterprises, trading charities, but also traditional businesses. And I treated all my businesses exactly the same. You employed people, you paid taxes, and I was there to see how I could support your organisations. And then I met two lovely gentlemen, Eric Munro and Duncan Sloan, who were at the time managing what was the predecessor to Social and Community Capital in name when it was called the Microfinance Fund. And I used to support them with dinners, which were very nice, with the organisation A Cause Vo, which has now changed its name. And we would gather social leaders from across Scotland together, and they were there to chat to me about, what the work that they did with the Microfinance Fund, and it just piqued my interest. So I was really interested in supporting organisations, supporting people, not supporting their own personal ambitions. So that wider context of how to improve the communities that we live in.
Brilliant. I didn't know that Social and Community Capital had grown out of another organisation, the microfinance. So that's really interesting.
It's the same organisation. It was just a different name.
Just evolved slightly
changed the name. And then we got great support through NatWest Group in order to expand. And then 10.5 years ago, I saw the opportunity to apply for a loans officer's job. And here I am still to this day.
Wow. Brilliant. So what you provide is a very different service from mainstream finance, and it's really flexible, and you really get to know your organisations well. From your point of view, what's different about it, and what makes that so interesting and special? Because you clearly love it if you've been doing it all those years.
Why we're different? Well, it was people in the bank that saw that traditional mainstream banking just wasn't offering the flexibility that was needed. So mainstream banking, you traditionally need security, you need certain levels of debt cover. And for organisations that are driven by reinvesting their profits, or sometimes just even breaking even, that's just not viable for mainstream banks to be able to provide. So that's where Social and Community Capital was born out of, that we can be flexible and patient. And having the size of portfolio that we've got as well, we can really get to know and understand the organisations we support. And we all have board positions or are involved with trading charities and social enterprises. So I've known and been involved with Development Trust Association Scotland for a number of years. I was their treasurer at one point, and I have just a more traditional board position now. Yeah. So living and breathing what an organisation goes through as well, I believe gives me credibility. And that's something that all the members of Social and Community Capital have had over the years it's been in existence.
And that's so important because it is so different. Prior to launching FCSS, I worked in commercial childcare, and that just the dealing in a commercial organisation. It may still be, yours is still finance, mine was still childcare, but it is very different, isn't it? And it is really people driven, and it's about the mission, and it's about reinvesting and continuing to do more for the people in the communities that you're working with. And although you're not delivering that direct service through your role, you're absolutely supporting so many organisations to be able to do that. And certainly with us, you've been out to see the services, to get to know us, and you must spend a lot of time on the road because you certainly, I presume you've got a number of other organisations that are like us that think of you as their friendly financier and are able to get to know you and you get to know them and their business.
That's it. It's more than just being a voice at the end of the phone. You become a sounding board for all different types of conversations that they're having, because I can understand that being a CEO is sometimes a lonely job. Yeah. And you carry a lot on your shoulders. So knowing that you can have a conversation with myself or Brendan, and it doesn't always have to be about the loan. It's not about the figures. It's actually what's going on with you. Mm-hmm. And I'm a wee bit nosy. I think that the word is inquisitive.
That's a good word.
That's a good word. But I love to know more about the person that's in front of me and what they're doing in the organisation. It helps you become relatable as well. The more I know about you and you know about me, that we're actually at the end of the day people. Yeah. I'm trying to help you make sure that you can support your team and also all those wonderful kids and the wonderful families that you're given that great opportunity. So storytelling is really important, and I'm looking forward to doing a wee bit more travelling. Aberdeen.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we'll have David Lyons from Pioneers Post, and I love to see what you're doing in real life, because for me, when I'm updating our funding panel or our trustees or our CEO Vicky, then it's bringing to life what difference the money we are putting out the door to lend is doing, rather than it just being a one and done. There's a relationship building.
Totally. And I'm really looking forward to showing you and David round our service in Aberdeen. It's brilliant. It's an 80-place, fully flexible nursery taking children from 2 till they go to school, and it's in partnership with the local authority, and it's so busy and it's indoor, outdoor. It's a wonderful site, so it'll be great to show you around there, and I'm so looking forward to seeing the footage that comes from that, because we'll be filming. So yeah, children will be super excited when they see the camera come in. So,
Absolutely.
It'll be great fun. So,
and I love the smell of a nursery, because when I did my more traditional banking role, I did have a client who, in fact, had a couple of clients with nurseries. Yeah. And I just always loved that smell of food when I walked into the nursery.
Dear, as long as it's food it smells of, then that's all good. Over the years, I've been in too many nurseries where the nappy bin's closer to the door than it should be, and you go, oh. So no, but no, as long as it's food or nice baby smells and things, then that's good stuff, isn't it? So yeah, definitely. So and the lunchtime routine at the nursery in Commons Park is something to behold. These children set the table, they serve themselves. It's incredible. So it'll be great. Hopefully we'll get to see that when you're up there and they get these fantastic lunches. It's an external provider that does that for us, but they've got the roast chicken and skirly and all sorts of different things, and that they chow down on that. They really, really enjoy it. So that'll be good, definitely. So broader childcare sector, we are at a period of change in the sector. Every one of these political parties is out there shouting about expansion to childcare, going younger and older, so from babies right to the end of primary school. And at the same time as all that promise of expansion, the sector is facing challenges. Let's face it, funding rates are not always enough that people are paid for providing the early learning and childcare. School-age childcare sector doesn't receive funding yet, so there's a lot of challenges. Workforce and the capacity within the workforce can be a challenge, but there seems to be a growing movement that's believing that social enterprise may be part of that solution. That at the moment the childcare sector, yes, there are social enterprise and third sector providers, but there's a lot of local authority school type providers and private sector providers out there. But there seems to be, with funders and with policymakers and with some of the providers themselves, a bit of a belief that perhaps this is an opportunity for social enterprise providers to step up. What do you think social investment has a role in that sustainability and scale of the sector?
So social investment, I don't believe, is the silver bullet. I think, though, it can be done in conjunction with policy, with the political parties, showing good faith when it comes to making sure that, yes, it's funded correctly, and also you being paid on time as well. So there's a whole host of things that need to come together. But I do believe, yes, flexible funding from social investors is a way to support that growth and that expansion for childcare, because it's fundamental to have that brilliant support so that parents can go out and work, which then helps with the economy. So you've got that circular economy aspect going on with being able to support those parents that do need to work and want to work, but they need that flexibility when it comes to childcare. And that's what drew us to your organisation, because that belief of working for the children and the parents rather than working for you commercially is fantastic. And that would be amazing if it could be offered everywhere.
Wouldn't it just, yeah. When you think the stats that we've already shared with you in last year's report, the social impact report, that 100% of the families better off financially, and it equated to £2.13 million back in the pockets of families that's being spent locally, so it's boosting that local economy. They're working, so they're paying taxes, so it's boosting the national economy. I mean, it really is. It makes such a difference. And the next benefit that the parents report does is improved well-being, because it's so much less stressful if you know you can afford the childcare, if you're not rushing around trying to build a jigsaw of granny doing a bit and the service doing a bit and finishing work early and all of those kind of things. So having the financial support to enable us to provide that service and to continue to keep growing it's a fantastic thing, definitely. And you're definitely one of our key funders as part of that, and the flexibility is brilliant. There seems to be an increase in willingness from funders to work collaboratively on supporting organisations. Is that something you're seeing?
Absolutely. Just off a call with two other funders from Scotland about how best to support an organisation, and it's coming together and presenting to that organisation how many options there could be available to them, and how we met as well with your funder realising that there weren't quite the right way to support your organisation. And it's being, grown up and honest. And I feel that that's something that we do have within the social lending sector, is that, no, we're not breaching confidence, but we will have conversations to say we've got this situation And we're more than happy to collaborate with other funders if it gets the client the funding they need. And if we're not the right funder, who can we introduce them to make sure that you get the right debt? Because it's all about the debt working for you, not you fitting into the funder's debt. And then that's where the flexibility comes into play for you.
Definitely, yeah. Brilliant. It's so good. It's great to think that there's that ability, and it certainly worked for us because you've done introductions and things in the past, and I'm trying to introduce other organisations to you because we've had such a positive experience. So when people are saying, "Well, how have you managed to fund that, or what have you done?" and able to say, "Well, Social and Community Capital is one of the organisations that we've worked with," and it's great to be able to share that information, I suppose, with people and try to. I guess it supports the whole organisation. It's generally childcare people I'm talking to, but not always, other social entrepreneurs as well. So I guess it supports that whole social enterprise, mission-driven, doing good type sector.
That's it. And as your business grows and develops, so does your financial needs. So while an organisation is the right one just now, it might be that it's a different organisation later down the line, which you've experienced. So it's it's having those open conversations. And I've always said to any organisations and clients that we deal with, there's always two people you're truthful to, and that's your doctor and your funder. Because when you know what's going right and what's going wrong, you know how to help support in all those different ways that can come with having an open and trusted conversation.
Definitely. Yeah, I was nearly going to say, not your spouse, though. Let's not worry.
No.
Yeah. But yeah,
there's things they just don't need to know.
There are things they don't need to know, definitely. Dearie me. So, Social and Community Capital, are you open for other organisations to come and get in touch with you? And if they do want to, how do they do that? Do you want to talk about that type of thing while we're here? Because it's such a fantastic service. So let's tell the world about it.
Thank you so much. I always say it starts with a conversation. That's the best way. You don't have to have that signed off, fully complicated business plan. It's about having a conversation and being open and honest with what your organisation's ambitions are, or it might be that you just need to stay the same and it's the lumps and bumps in cash flow that you need to chat, because then that's when Brendan and I can figure out, one, are we the right funder? Two, what's going to be the right type of way to build out a funding application for you, making sure the debt fits. And then leave it with you, your management team, your board of trustees to say, right, it's the right time and it's the right debt. But it starts with a little bit of a conversation, in the words of Elvis Presley.
And actually that conversation was so important because that was where we started with that conversation. So it wasn't go away and fill in this 40-page form or anything ridiculous and give us all your spreadsheets. And it was a conversation, and it was a really iterative process of, okay, we've got that. Well, what does that mean? So now you need to tell me this. And then you did the hard work. You built the application. So I guess we just shared all the knowledge and information with you and what the situation was, and you were able to work around that and create that application that then could go to your panel. That's and
it's because you want the organisations to be ready to take on finance, and being such a small team, we can't take you on that journey, so we'll make sure that we're asking for the right information. If we don't understand it, we'll dig for more. But if you're not ready to take on debt, we know who to refer you on to, because Scotland's got a fabulous social enterprise support network out there, and that's where we can lever those relationships as well that we've built up over the years, and then that's when you continue those conversations and do the debt, because as you say, I mean, we probably spoke for a good few months.
We did, absolutely we did.
It wasn't a press the button go. And it's building up that trust and understanding of us as an organisation and you as an organisation, and making sure that Social and Community Capital is the way to go.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, that's so good. Is there anything else in the world of social finance or change or that you want to tell us about today that we've not already talked about, Tracy? I'm sure you come across so many good things.
Well, every day for me is a school day. And what I've always said to people as well is it doesn't really matter at the end of the day what you're doing to earn the money. It's what you're doing with that money to support the organisation. So storytelling is brilliant, and you've got that coming up in June with Social Enterprise Scotland, and you're going to be telling your story and getting people in a room and working with your peers and bouncing ideas off each other, for me, is a really strong sense of community that is established in Scotland as well. We're not frightened to talk about the good, the bad and the ugly. Yeah. So people being open and honest about their journey is really important, and I see that in different organisations. I suppose for us, we are a teeny tiny team, so this is an amazing opportunity. I'm learning to be more about social media and tracking down where the organisations are operating in, and I'm a stalker. So I see what you do on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, because I love to see what else is going on, and there's nothing nicer when something pops up in the media and you send that off to a client and they're like, oh, you're in Scotland, but we're in Derby, and that reached you.
Yeah, that's brilliant though, isn't it? It's so good. So, and one of the really special things about Scotland and working here and living here is I mean, it is quite small. Yeah. And it is a nice network, and people, you can reach out to people. It's not like there's so many people you can't find the person you want. You're never that far from that person, so there's always somebody that can do those introductions and connections, aren't there? So yeah, it is. It's pretty special.
Yeah, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, absolutely don't know, and I absolutely live my life by that. And I think I'm never offended if somebody says no, we can't do that. So I think, yeah, well, there's no harm in asking then, is it? So what can the worst thing be? It can only be that's not right for us at this time, or no, we can't do it. But I'm no worse off, am I? So.
That's it. And I think that's what Brendan and I are really good at doing as well, is we're very quick at ascertaining, is it something that we can do? Yeah. And if it is a no, it's a no, but here you go. Here are the people and the organisations I think are best suited to you. Because it can be a struggle for people to find the right source of support and finance. It's more difficult for me when people come and say, who can I get sponsorship from? I don't know the right people.
Yeah. I guess that's a whole other world, isn't it? So if any of our listeners know about corporate sponsorship and things we could do, then please come tell us.
Exactly.
So yeah, absolutely. We'll learn about that. So yeah, every day's a school day. Yeah. So yeah, no, absolutely. Tracy, it has been a pleasure to talk to you, as it always is. So, and I'm really looking forward to our next meeting, where, as we said, we will be filming together in our Aberdeen nursery. So
yeah, that's just in
it's not far away, just a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Super, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Jinx.